So I have called you guys here because of the story that is doing rounds on mainstream media and social media, attributed to our colleague, the Fafi Member of Parliament, about extension of term limit of His Excellency the President, and he alludes that the same would be pushed through this House. That he is aware of the discussions within the parliamentary group of Kenya Kwanza in regard to such, and he appears like to be agreeable to the entire thing, but he attributes the same to their coalition of Kenya Kwanza. I want to say here that I'm the majority party whip of the National Assembly, and I'm privy to everything that happens. I convene meetings of the parliamentary group meetings that are set or called upon by the party leader. The latest meeting that we had was held in the State House by His Excellency the President, and it was about the legislative agenda of the plan. The plan is the agenda or the manifesto that we pushed, that we used as a campaign tool for us, and that now we want to implement as the Kenya Kwanza Coalition. There has never been any other PG after then that proposed the discussion about the extension of term limit. And the Honorable Member for Fafi is merely an attention seeker. He does not speak for the party. He's got a mile of challenges. He's never even come to this house to ask me, you know, to be a member. He's never come to this office to even ask me to be a member of a certain committee, especially even the blue economy and water or anything, so that he can work for his people who are suffering, people who are struggling with hunger. So that is not the position of the party. And I speak that with authority, that there is no such thinking that we need to review the constitution to extend the term limit. In any case, by the way, I mean, such is not the discussion to put right now. The President is on record several times having spoken that he needs to push legislation that befits the plan. You know, we are talking about an SSF, we are talking about the savings scheme, we are talking about the housing projects, and that is what is in the floor of the House now as we are discussing. You know, that whatever that is in the House is about the common mwananchi. It's about how we are able to mitigate this job, you know, insufficiency, job availability in this country. And it's not about extension of term limit. By the way, if that one comes to the floor of the House, we will reject it. I speak that as a majority party whip. We will not admit anything to do with the extension of term limits. And the President has no such in mind. I don't think any person, and you guys can see, the President has been busy doing rounds in the country. He's been busy, you know, making bilateral talks with other countries. He's been busy pushing legislation that you know, to help him push the agenda. He's been busy with the swearing in of the CSS. He's been busy with the matters to do with the PSS. At what point did he discuss with the Fafi Member of Parliament about the extension of term limit? The Fafi Member of Parliament does not have the local standard to speak on behalf of the President. He has no local standard to speak on behalf of Kenya Kwanza. He has no local standard to speak other than to speak for his own people in Fafi. And with that story, we need to put an end to that discussion. There is no such discussion within Kenya Kwanza coalition. It is utter imaginary. I call it fantasy thinking. It is fake as it looks. And I think he's earned his popularity as he wanted, but it can't get to the floor of this House.
Mheshimiwa, alizungumza akisema kwamba anazungumza kwa niaba ama alikuwa anawakilisha baadhi yenu. Sijui kama chama kuna hatua labda za kinidhamu ambazo huenda, kwa sababu ni swala kubwa ambalo alizungumzia kubadili katiba, sio swala rahisi. Kuna labda hatua za kinidhamu ambazo huenda mkachukua dhidi ya huyu mheshimiwa?
Mheshimiwa alisema kwamba anazungumza kwa niaba ya chama, lakini hakuambia kwamba yeye katika chama yeye anaketi cheo gani, yeye ni anawakilisha nani katika chama, kwa sababu chama, uongozi wa chama bungeni unajulikana kwamba kiongozi wa walio wengi ni mheshimiwa Kimani Ichung'wah. Kinara wa walio wengi ni mheshimiwa Osoro ambaye anazungumza na nyinyi hapa. Kwa hivyo maneno yote ya chama yanazungumzwa na viongozi ambao wamechaguliwa na wenzao kule wakati tulikuwa na PG kule Naivasha. Maneno ya kusema pengine tutachukulia hatua ya kisheria, sisi ni chama ambacho pia kinaheshimu demokrasia, kinaheshimu demokrasia na katiba. Hatutaki pia kuonekana peti ya kwamba kila pettiness ambayo inazungumzwa ati sasa sisi tunakimbia. Katika article I think there is a right of speech. I'm really trying to get, I think it's 34 years. Katika kipengele cha katiba 34 kwamba mtu hanaruhusiwa kuzungumza yale ambayo anaona pengine anataka tu kuzungumza, lakini sisi kama viongozi tumeyakashifu na tumeyakataa. Tutaketi chini kama viongozi, tukiona kwamba amepita mipaka ya kinidhamu basi tutamuita, lakini kwa sasa hivi kama chama na kama viongozi wa bunge hatujapanga maneno ya kufanya namna hiyo, lakini kuna uwezekano anafaa aitwe, aambiwe ya kwamba yeye hazungumzi kama kama it doesn't represent the party. So we need to work out structures that we can be able to call a bit of some, to bring a bit of some sanity on such members that speak and pretend to speak on behalf of the party. So the truth of the matter is, he doesn't speak for the party. We'll sit as the government, as a Kenya Kwanza structure leadership in the National Assembly. If we find him having violated the code of conduct as members of the Kenya Kwanza coalition, yes, indeed, he should be disciplined. Because anytime you go to the public, talk about matters public. Stop creating imaginary things, and bring them forth. So that if he's found culpable, he can even be de-whipped of some responsibilities for some time, at least to bring a bit of some sanity. But it's not cast in stone. It is not something that we have discussed as leadership. We'll review what he said, and then we make a decision. See your point, imeingia?
Yes.
Sisi chama hatuna hiyo ufala bwana. Ati president, kwani Osoro watakuwa rais gani? You know. Watu wamalize, mheshimiwa amalize miaka yake 10. Mungu akimjalia. Because hata hii ya 5 haijaisha. How do you even start planning ya kwamba hata hii discussion kuna moja kwanza already hajaomba. Hatujui kwanza kama president atasimama kudefend kiti yake 2027. Lakini already tutaanza kusema to change term limit nini. Yeye mwenyewe hajasema hata kiti ya 2027 kama anataka kusimama. Mtu anatokea from nowhere ati yeye ni Fafi member of parliament, excited to be in the house. Anaanza kusema vitu kama hizo ndio pengine akue famous. Hizo tunakashifu, hiyo ni kitu mbaya sana. Aongee juu ya njaa bwana.
Now that you've called a PG tomorrow, is it one of the things that you might want to discuss and tell your members on how to behave when they're speaking on behalf of themselves as legislators and when they're speaking on behalf of the party? And is it true there is a PG tomorrow?
I'm hearing it from you. I have not whipped any member for the PG, and anytime there's a PG, there is adequate time. Although we usually have our own kamkunjis at some point, so I'm hearing actually from you that there is a PG. I haven't been told to whip any member for the PG. By the way, umeitoa
Sources close to the source.
hakuna basi.
Sawa.
Hiyo I can bet hakuna.